Hi, and welcome to our kitchen in Keto with Kenny. My wife and I have been in a ketogenic diet for the last 2 years. We've used several different things to get into ketosis, being able to find that sweet spot with our carbs without depriving ourselves of some of the foods that we normally would eat. You can't have regular pizza. You can't have buns, breads, sugars, and sweets. Those carbs negatively affect your ketosis, which is the point of burning fat for fuel instead of sugar. So speaking of pizza, there are times you really crave things. So we're gonna take a little bit of a spin on a slightly fathead dough with a little bit of psyllium. We're gonna try to see if we can make it as dough, crisp crust, as close as possible. We have tried the carnivore crust where we've used ground chicken and been able to do, it works, it's just not, in our opinion, pizza. When you're craving something along those lines for a slice with pepperoni and cheese all over, a little bit of sauce, it just doesn't have that same type of feel. It's a great meal, wonderful opportunity to be able to keep you in ketosis, but sometimes you crave that bread. So we're gonna make a fathead psyllium husk powdered crust and give it a try and see how that works. So we're gonna use 1.5 cups of almond flour. We've already got that measured out. You're gonna use 1.5 cups of shredded mozzarella. I shredded our own, buying the pound of full fat mozzarella, low moisture. We don't want the skim, we want more fat in it. Fat is good for us in ketosis. And then you're going to we use our Handor, and I'll show you that later on when we actually shred the cheese to put on top, how it does really nice. Got to grab a bunch of attachments too. I'll put that link in the bio down below if you really like what it does. We're also back to the ingredients, sorry. 1.5 cups of that shredded, 2 ounces of cream cheese, 1 egg. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 to 2, we're probably gonna go 2 on our psyllium husk powder, not whole husks, husk powder. And then we're going to add a tablespoon of olive oil there in our wet mixture before we mix it all up. And then we're gonna place it on a tray that we've already got some parchment paper on. Before we started the video, we actually turned our oven on. I've reminded myself because I forgot several times during the past to go ahead and get it going. So we've got it going at 350. We're just gonna go ahead and start our fathead. So we're gonna add the cream cheese into our shredded mozzarella, and we're gonna put that in the microwave. We're gonna put it on for 30 seconds a piece, just individually trying to get it all mixed together. And then we're gonna let it set and rest for a little bit before we put our egg in and our olive oil. And while we're doing the microwaving, we'll work on our dry ingredients. 30 seconds to start there. So we've already got our almond flour. And you can see sometimes they get a little clumpy together. So we just wanna make sure that we're breaking up all of those clumps, because you want to get a nice even mixture and everything going together. All right, there we are. So we're just going to go ahead and start with our salt. So we are going to go 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're going to go 1 teaspoon of baking powder, not baking soda, baking powder, not the Arm & Hammer, the baking powder. I made bread the other day and used baking powder instead of baking soda. Doesn't work that well. So make sure you read your recipe, double check. It's baking powder that we're using today. Then we're going to add our 1 to 2. We're gonna go ahead and go 2 because I've been playing around with it a little bit on our psyllium. So we're gonna go 2 psyllium teaspoons. So we've got all of our dry ingredients in and our microwave went off, so we'll give it a double check. You can see room temperature, still not quite melted. So we're gonna give it another 30 seconds. Probably gonna take a full 1.5 minutes in the microwave. We've done in the past. That much cheese has a tendency to take a little bit longer in the melt. Dry ingredients are all mixed and ready. We've got our olive oil, gonna be 1 tablespoon. I've got our egg. We'll mix those into our cheese when it's ready. About 2 more seconds and we'll check that out. Let's go ahead and give it a mix and see where we are. Oh, that might be good enough. So we'll make sure we close that. so that I don't turn around into it. Just gonna get it all nice and mixed up. So it didn't get too warm. We're gonna go ahead and add our tablespoon of oil. You can also add a little bit of garlic or Parmesan cheese into your crust. Totally depends on what you like. Just have to be careful on cooking depending on what you add into it, whether or not it cooks up nicely. We're gonna go and stir this a little bit more before we add our egg in, just so we don't, better safe than sorry, right? All right, so we've got our egg, cheese, and oil all mixed in. We're gonna start adding our dry ingredients. We're just gonna slowly add a little bit, mix it, a little bit, mix it, till we get it into our dough. There we are. And you can see it's starting to get to be a little thicker, looking a little bit more like what a pizza dough would. Once we get it all mixed up, we're gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes to let that psyllium take care of itself so that it keeps that bind and gives it that little gluten type feel. That's what we're looking for. So we're gonna take off my ring and just give a little mix with the hands, get it all going in there. Yep, definitely feels more like a pizza dough, much more like than the carnivore chicken. But hey, the carnivore chicken one is great too. Definitely adds more protein too. So if you're looking to need a little bit of more protein in it, that one works too. So ground chicken, so versatile in the keto diet. And there we are. We're just gonna let it sit for 10 minutes. Give my hands a little wash, make sure, and then we're going to place it onto our tray, spread it out as best we can, and give it a cook. All right, it's been just about 25 minutes and our pizza crust looks like it's starting to brown up a little bit. So we're gonna pull it out, put some sauce, put our toppings on, put it back in, and then we're gonna feast. Oh, yes, look at that beautiful looking crust. Kind of come up a little bit there, so I probably should have taken a fork before I put it in and given a little bit of there so that it didn't do too much on the rise there and open up. There we are. I'm just gonna pat that down just a little bit to get us back into where we need. So we just took some regular pasta sauce, low carb, as best as possible. We're gonna take and just spread a little bit on there. Just enough to definitely get that flavor. We're not looking to add too much on the carbs there because we're trying to stay in ketosis. That's the whole reason that we're avoiding. So just enough there, spreading it all nicely around. There we are. We'll put that off to the side. We're going to take just a little bit of Italian seasoning. A couple sprinkle. Totally up to you if you want to do some garlic, salt, a little bit of Parmesan cheese as well. And speaking of cheese, we don't like to buy grated cheese, simply because at times they add cornstarch or something else to help keep it from sticking together. So we buy the 1 pound block of full fat mozzarella. We cut it up, put it into small pieces, and then we put it into our handy Handor mixer. So it's really nice because this fits on top. It's got several different blades and everything. It clicks right on. Turn. Easily clicks off. Safety. Undo. There we are. So we've got our grated cheese ready to go with no extra carbs in there. We're just going to sprinkle that on top. All the way around to the edges, because nobody wants a slice of pizza without any cheese. We're gonna go heavy on the cheese. There we are. You only live once, right? And if you do it right, once is enough. nice and spread out. And then we're gonna take some full fat, none of that low fat turkey pepperoni, just regular pepperoni. And we're just going to place it all around. As many as you want, as little as you want. Maybe it's just cheese and you're good. That's perfect. There we've got all of our pepperoni on. We're gonna place it back in the oven, just enough to melt the cheese, because you can see our crust is nice and brown. We're gonna get just a little bit, I like a little crispy crust on mine, so we're gonna put it in. Give it a little bit more time. I'll probably turn the broiler on for just a couple minutes just to really crisp up those pepperonis the way we like them. We'll be right back. All right, pizza's done. We're gonna pull it out of the oven and give it a try. I put it on just a little bit warmer on this, so we've got some crispy crust on the outside, which is gonna be delicious. That's the way I like it. If nobody else does, that's more slices for me. So we're gonna let it cool down a little bit. We're gonna cut it up and we'll show you how it tastes. All right, it's cooled down enough for us to give it a slice. So let's see how this tastes. Don't have a regular pizza cutter, so I'm just gonna use my wonderful new knife. There we are. Slide under there, look at that. Show you that dough in there. How it's nice and set. You can definitely pick it up, give it just like regular pizza. Look at that cheese. The bread's got a crust, is a nice texture. Got some firmness, it's still warm. It's gonna be great, delicious tomorrow, cold pizza too. So if you like what you see, give us a subscribe, give us a thumbs up. We've got other recipes, we've got desserts, we've got lasagna, and we're working on keto ice cream. Here's to health and happiness.